on now.
Kevin. I'll be more careful what I say.
Yeah. Good call. All right. I have to.
Somebody stole it.
Oh, I saw some in there.
These will probably fall in the middle of service.
Great.
And that will be really part of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Did you steal the matches?
Sylvia asked that I possibly release one of these balloons in the middle of it.
All right. Great.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a
Oh, nice.
rubber ticket in my pocket for when I need to throw things, so I might throw a rubber ticket.
I'll be ready.
How does the second song go?
Thank you for inviting me.
But only one at a time.
Well, this is true. They do not blend well.
I consider having used from
Whichever one better deals with.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be in the theme of distraction.
Somebody standing up and facing the congregation.
You were already busy in the process. Anything else you want me to do? Good. Excellent.
A little bit of quality control there.
Oh, it didn't stay lit?
That's loud.
It's a good thing you were around here. To
I know, I'm
monitor
Someone
the
might be
sense.
here to help with it. It's not loud. It's really loud in my ear. I'm really talking very quietly. Too loud? At a whisper. I'm trying to talk as quietly as I can.
seen.
It's been ages.
It's been years.
Not quite years.
So this is the, it's just on the Surface Pro here, and then we've got this app.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is like a dual Wi-Fi setup, so it's got Wi-Fi on here, and then this is what will eventually connect the camera, so we can control it all.
So is it's connected to two separate?
Yeah, so and that's what I think. So it's not connected here yet. So this Wi-Fi, this DM608, is for the mixer.
And is that communication happening here?
I think it's happening through it should be happening through the one that's on here, and then it doesn't work right now.
Did you turn this on?
I'm really loud. I'm really loud. This has been talking as quietly as I possibly can. Now I guess that's better. Now that's more normal. It's a wooden box on the bottom.
Here's your double A2, right?
Text
let a few people sit. Hello, and welcome to the first Unitarian Universalist Society of Exeter, affectionately known as FUUSE. I'm Soo-Jung Shin, a member of your Board of Trustees. At FUUSE, we seek to build a caring, inclusive community where we can ground ourselves spiritually, pursue justice in the larger society, and work to heal the natural world. If you are joining us via YouTube Live, you can connect with each other in the live chat. Our live stream is available to the public, and recordings are available by request. If you are here in the sanctuary and would prefer not to be captured on video, please remain behind the first 3 rows of pews. If you are new to this community and would like to be on our email list, which includes the weekly eFuse newsletter, please fill out a blue card which an usher can give you, or fill it out on our webpage. If you have any questions about FUUSE, please feel free to ask anyone involved in today's service. A few announcements before we get started. From the board and the called Minister Task Force, thanks to the 83 adults and 11 children who participated in small group conversations. Based on your feedback, the board and the called Minister Task Force unanimously recommend that the FUUSE congregation vote to call Reverend Ariel to settled ministry. The vote takes place on Sunday, April 19th, right after the service, so please save the date and be here. You can link to the summary reports about the small group conversations from the email sent from the board this past Friday, and we'll have links in the next eFuse. The called Minister Task Force will hold information sessions to answer any questions after the service on March 22nd and April 12th. So from Reverend Ariel and our Director of Religious Education, Rebecca Figueroa, joined them today after service for coffee for the second Social Change Now workshop. The third and final workshop will be March 29th from 11 to 1 p.m. From Adult RE, come join the next Love at the Center book discussion this coming Tuesday, March 17th from 6:30 to 7:30 in the community room. And finally, the men's potluck is this evening starting at 5:30, and the women's potluck will be Friday, March 20th at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Alex Allen, and I work on your stewardship committee. We talk a lot about the importance of young people here, of investing in our future UU generations. However, we don't often get a chance to hear their voices and their reflections directly. In light of our annual fund drive and our conversation about why this place matters, I thought I would ask a few young people that question. Although they can't be here to deliver these words today, here are the perspectives of Delaney Allen, Daniel Doshbach, Sophie Michelson, and Eliza Short. I loved being a kid at FUSE and sharing with the other kids in RE. Especially 2 of my favorites were going to the church retreat at Camp Huckins and the sleepovers at church. We had so much fun at the retreat for a whole weekend with all different ages, and I was in the talent show, and we went swimming and fishing and did some art. The sleepovers in the building were great for being together, and I remember we decorated pillowcases, made food together, and had fun. When I was older, I did OWL, which was hard and taught me a lot. I learned a lot about one of the things we say on Sunday mornings in the covenant: care for your body. It is a wondrous gift. I liked getting to know different grown-ups at church, too. We did mystery buddies 2 times, and I enjoyed writing letters and getting a letter each week and then meeting my mystery buddy at the end. I really loved growing up at FUUSE, and it was a place full of people who knew my name and noticed me and made me feel important. I'm glad that I was part of this community. and it is important to me, and I want other kids to have those feelings too. What I've come to appreciate about FUUSE is the community that I've built here. It's a place and a group of people who I can be myself around, a place where I can go, reset, and remind myself who I truly am and what matters. Now that I'm in college, I spend much less time at home and at church, but no matter how long I'm away, when I come back, I'm welcomed with open arms as if I were never gone. I know that the FUUSE community will always be there for me no matter what, welcoming me back and loving me for all of who I am. Being a part of FUUSE helped me to recognize the importance of community. It was always really awesome to see the way the congregation would rally behind people in need, whether it be collective money for Haven or Crossroads, snapping to our collective victories and losses in joys and sorrows, or organizing a meal train for a member of the congregation. FUUSE was always there to support our community. Seeing this in action as I've grown up in the church has led me to be a more community-oriented person. I do my best now to be consistent in the way I show up for my friends and peers, to cheer them on for their achievements and support them in times of need. And finally, the FUUSE community can only impact your life in a positive way. I have never met a kinder, warmer, or more welcoming community of people in my life. You could be of any belief or value set, and you will still encounter kindness and acceptance. So yes, these are reflections and perspectives of 4 young people who grew up here, but I have to believe they represent the reflections and perspectives of all the people who grew up here, and many of us sitting here today, maybe all of us. When I read these words, I just think, yes, this is what we're doing. This is what is possible. More and more people coming through this place, experiencing this kind of community, equipping us to be out in the world, sharing what we have learned and experienced here. I want to thank those of you that have already made your annual fund commitment. If you haven't already, find my email and make your commitment today. The future of this place depends on it. Let's work together to ensure that FUUSE is here for the next 7 generations to come. But in order to do that, our first step is to be here thriving for the next year to come. Success is in our annual fund is what makes that possible. Thank you.
Good morning. I think the things that Alex shared with us just now pretty much resonate with me and my family too. Life's bringing us every day, each morning, the chance to take in the world we may have by ourselves or with others in our immediate home, wherever that is. It opens the gateway to whatever we emotionally feel, whatever we contemplate, whatever we long for in the day ahead. Whether drawn to the joys or woes of our personal life, or even the tragic noise of the world outside, we absorb the sensations that swirl around us. When we come to this place of worship and in this time of contemplation at FUUSE, we bring those with us, with all those conscious or subconscious thoughts. Oftentimes I might accent the subconscious we're not aware of sometimes. For today, surely, we are here because we expect to experience something maybe different, something of recognizable comfort, or certainly something of promise. We come perhaps with a curiosity of what this time together will activate within us. In a word, it is still all unknown. So I invite you to be aware of all this, your inner thoughts, your emotions, your curiosity, and realize that all of that is you. How you hold them and express them with others may be the freeing adventure you need today. This worship service takes place in Misquamicook, now called Exeter, in Nindakana, the traditional ancestral homeland of the Abenaki, Pennacook, and Wabanaki peoples, past and present. We acknowledge and honor with gratitude the Alanambak people who have stewarded Nindakana and its Aki, Nibi, Olawak, and Awasak land, waterways, flora, and fauna throughout the generations, past and future. Would you all join me in sharing the covenant and order of service, please? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To hold together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to respect the nurturing power within all of us, to stay in the struggle until love wins. Thus do we covenant. Thank you.
I invite forward members of the Stewardship Committee to light today's chalice. These are people you can talk to if you have questions about the annual fund. May this chalice we light draw forth our attention in this sacred hour. May its entrancing flicker help us put aside the weight of all that we must do and all we cannot do, inviting us to be present with the holy now. Thank you. Please rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn, number 90 in your gray hymnal. From all the fret and fever of the day, Jimmy will play through once, and we will join together in singing.
Good morning. I have a story to tell today, and anybody who would like to come closer to listen is welcome to come on up. Hey, everybody. So I was noticing as I was sitting up front today, there's a lot of stuff in this room that I find really distracting. Is anyone else feeling a little distracted? Yeah, you're feeling a little distracted? Do you ever feel distracted in like the rest of your day? You're trying to do something, your mind is just going boo, 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 boo. Does that happen? It happens to me all the time. Yeah. So, has anyone heard of Buddhism before? Buddhism, you've heard of it before, is another faith tradition, just like Unitarian Universalism. Buddhism is another faith tradition. And they have this story and this idea called the monkey mind. What is a monkey like? Can you be a monkey for me for a second? Yeah, lots of moving and sounds, right? So monkey mind means that your mind is jumping around from tree to tree and thought to thought and making all these noises. It's really distracted, busy doing a whole bunch of things. And so I'm going to tell you a little story about the monkey mind and what we can do about it when we need our mind to focus a little bit. Okay, you ready? All right. So, once upon a time, a man received a present from a master. A magical monkey that could do anything the man asked. How do you think he felt about it? Yeah, he was thrilled. And in no time at all, he took the monkey along with him and asked it to do all kinds of useful things. What's some useful things you would have a magic monkey do for you? What would you have a magic monkey do?
Well, for you, I think you would make him make dinner.
I would have it make dinner? Yeah, probably. What would you have it do? Make me dinner? What would you have a monkey do? While you're thinking, I'm going to let Dora get her idea out.
I think I would let it be my mom and dad.
Well, what would it do? Like, what would your monkey be busy doing?
It'd be busy doing everything I wanted.
Everything you want it to do?
I think it's busy feeding me candy.
Feeding you candy. All right, Riley and then Ellie, what would you have your monkey do?
I'll make it do my homework.
Make it do your homework. What would you have it do down here? Did you think of something? Chores.
Also make me do my homework and also annoy my brother.
Okay, you're going to have it do your homework and annoy your brother. Well, this guy had the monkey build him a huge palatial house, like a big palace. And in no time, the monkey finished it and said, all right, what's next? And so it's what kept happening. He'd give the monkey an order. It happened real fast, and the monkey said, okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? And so at the end of the day, the man goes to bed at night, but he had a problem. The monkey kept pestering him. He kept saying, what next? What next? What next? And so the master's like, this was a great day and everything, but I'm kind of at my wit's end with this monkey asking me for stuff. So he goes back to the master who gave him the monkey and said, you got to help me. How do I deal with this monkey that keeps bothering me day and night? What can I do? And so the master gave him something. A curly hair. A curly ribbon. I agree that the curly hair thing is not great. And so the master said, okay, here's the trick with the monkey. Here's this curly ribbon. And you say to the monkey, make this ribbon straight. And so the monkey is going to take the ribbon, pull it straight, and what's going to happen? It's going to pop back up. So we said, you bring this back to the monkey, tell him to make it straight, and it's going to fix all your problems. And that was it. That's the solution. So the man takes the ribbon, he brings it back to the monkey and says, all right, make this ribbon straight. So the monkey sits down, takes the string, pulls it straight.
This might go on for hours. I'm already
And the man smiled and went back to bed.
I'm already bored.
So, just like the man in the story, we all have a monkey, but it's in our minds. And it's always busy, and sometimes it's jumping from one thing to the other. And what the story reminds us is that peace in your monkey brain isn't found by doing more stuff or trying to control your every thought. It's about gently finding something for your mind to do to keep it busy so that you have a moment to take a breath and relax.
My sister let me.
It's okay, go ahead, Ozzy.
My sister let me play with it.
Yeah, just like your fidget spinner, right? That's a way for you to calm your monkey mind.
Alright, she
When you're
let me
spinning
play
it,
with it.
that's great. I'm glad she let you play with it. When you're spinning that, that's like your brain doing this. It's just watching it go around and around, and it helps your monkey brain to kind of chill out a little bit. All right, final thought.
Something that makes me chill is if I read a book, it's actually kind of the worst because I start reading it and then I'm like, I just read on and on and on, and I feel like it's just been 5 minutes, but it's actually been like an hour and a half.
So sometimes you get into a book and then you think it's going to be a few minutes, but ends up being a really long time. Yeah.
And I can't turn away from it.
And you can't turn away from it. So maybe for your monkey mind, a book is not your curly ribbon.
But I love it.
And you can love it, and that's okay.
It works, but and if somebody talks to me, I'm like, I'm busy.
Yeah, you feel very busy. Well, what I want to tell you that the message of this story is that when you need to calm your monkey mind, it's not something that you go and chase with activities. It's just a calm thing that you can create. You are in control of your own monkey mind. All right? And we can talk more about this when I see you downstairs really soon. For now, you can go back to your grown-ups, and if you have any other monkey mind comments, you hold on to them, and we'll talk about them in just a little bit.
So one place that we can find the piece that we're talking about a little bit this morning is as Wendell Berry's poem tells us, in Wild Things. So this is a piece of music by Joan Chimko from the text of Wendell Berry's poem, The Peace of Wild Things. Today we'll also be featuring our tenor Gary McGath. Gary McGath. usually in the tenor group, but he's on the piano today. Enjoy The Peace of Wild Things.
Oh, right. springs of still water, and I feel above me the day blind stars waiting with their light. I rest in the grace of the world and am
Let us now sing together Simple Gifts, number 16. Sing all together for the first half, and the kids will head to Sunday school during the second half of the song. Let us attend now to the matters on our heart, both those joys that make us feel lighter and those sorrows that weigh us down. Whether you choose to honor silently, just by sitting or by lighting a candle in one of the corners of the room, or you choose to write on a card something that the ushers will collect and then I will read aloud. It is all welcome here. May you attend to your hearts with care.
Unity wants to say there. Donna McGardo's there and Riley's there too. I asked them if they were coming down. Should I go get them?
Unless we want to listen in.
Thank you, Alex, for sharing the young voices of FUUSE who experience kindness and acceptance. A wonderful reminder of what the church is hoping to build here, is building here. Joy for a friend whose life has been enriched with the presence of a small, furry companion. From Betty Vecchioni, gratitude for the lovely handmade card from the church school children. Joy that we spent last week with our daughters, their husbands, and our 3 grandchildren on vacation. Joy that we have a quiet week this week so we can have a vacation from our vacation. Thank you, Jimmy and Gary, for your persistence and care in taking the choir to the Peace of Wild Things. There's a few like that, like this next one. Wow, Gary, a beautiful piano for our choir this morning. Thanks to Jimmy for guiding us to peace in singing today. Jack says, excited that I have a play date this afternoon. The complex relationship of siblings and family are on my mind this morning. I long for truly being grateful and appreciative of the relationships that are here now, and not what I may wish them to be. From Ellie, so excited for my birthday on March 27th. Cake, presents, and my party. From Doc, joy to see Ariel at my other church, Queerioke at Auspicious Brew in Dover. From Holly, for the joy of wild things and singing with the choir, for the joy of Jimmy's conducting and Gary's playing. The practice of yoga is described in Sanskrit writings several thousand years old. The second Yoga Sutra states that yoga is the cessation or calming of the fluctuations or chatter of the mind field. So literally, yoga is the curled ribbon for the monkey mind. From Brad, feeling great sorrow for the loss of Max Satunoglu, a 17-year-old PEA student who died in a car crash in Illinois last week. Sad that hockey gold medals and Team USA baseball is marred by incessant nationalism. As usual, the women champs are models to live by. From Stephanie and Jim, joy to spend last weekend in Denver meeting the family of our daughter Barona's fiance. A successful next step toward the August wedding in Colorado. From Uta, white light and healing for Annie and Tony. From Herb, my longtime friend and former state legislator, Roberta Pavir, passed away recently. She was a noted state legislator and her pedigree was nationally recognized. She was a local select person who worked tirelessly to force the state and the Seabrook Station ownership to develop a more effective evacuation plan. She was loved. And finally, trying to remain present in the time before a large change. Let us hold all this and more in our hearts as we settle in our seats, the spirit of meditation. Take several deep breaths in and out. In, out. In, out. Calling your attention to this space. Attention. pay attention. Pay attention to where you are right now. I mean, where you are. Where you are. And where you are. You are here in this community, in this sanctuary, in this state, in this country, on this beautiful blue planet, whirling through the tailspin of a galaxy. You are unique. You are made of cells and hormones. You are a mix of thoughts, emotions, values. You are the inheritors of your parents and ancestors' dreaming. You are part of the human inhabitants on this earth. You are. You exist. You are breathing. You are still. You are connected. You are present. You have a holy spark inside you. You are here now. You are paying attention. Blessed be. I invite you to bring your attention and presence from that meditative moment, still holding on to some of that calm, but turning your attention to your hymnal, opening it to number 88, listening to Jimmy play through once, and then we will meditatively join in singing Calm Soul of All Things. The third Sunday of every month, our offertory benefits an organization in the community that we want to support that's doing necessary work. This month, our recipient is St. Vincent de Paul Community Action Center, and we are delighted to have John Knorr, their new executive director, here to tell us a little bit about what they do and what your generosity supports. Welcome.
Good morning, and thank you very much for inviting me here to speak with you. My name is John Knorr. I'm with the Society of St. Vincent de Paul here in Exeter. I'm sure most of you have heard of our group's name, but you might wonder exactly who we are and what we do. The Society of St. Vincent de Paul has over 85 or 850,000 members serving the poor in 153 countries worldwide. Our mission is to serve those in need, people without jobs, without money, people who are hungry, who are homeless, the working poor, people who feel forgotten, people who are losing hope. When they call us for help, we ask them to come into our community center on Lincoln Street, and we show them the resources we have for them in addition to giving them food. Just from last year, just so you get an idea of the numbers of what we do, we had 274 pantry sessions last year in 2025. That was an increase of 17% over 2024. So we're working to meet the rising client need. 426 individual households were served in 2025, and we had 4,566 household visits to the pantry, which was up 13% over the previous year. In that year, we also distributed approximately 232,000 pounds of food to our community. And the fair market value of the food distributed was over $441,000 in 2025. One of the things that we try to do is to have our clients and our neighbors not need our help. That's our goal. Our goal is to really be out of business if you want to think about it. And we had a beautiful note the first week that I started, so I've been there a month, and we received this note from a woman, Michelle. I'll just give her first name, and I'd like to read the note. To the wonderful crew at St. Vincent de Paul, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for the way you've treated me with kindness. You are truly all selfless for all the work that you do. I know that this is your job, but I can see and feel the compassion you all have for your jobs. I'm sure for you it's more of a blessing than a job. It is so wonderful to know that kindness and compassion is still around. Thank you all. And again, this was a neighbor of ours who no longer needs our services and is secure in her life, and it was beautiful to see that. And just to let you know, when she mentions the folks that work there, we have over 125 volunteers that do the majority of the work. We work with a very small staff of 4 part-time individuals, plus myself. So that meant a whole lot coming in the first week. So in 2026, as I mentioned, I just started there. We're looking to expand what we do. And again, we would like to not have people come, but while they're here, we want to increase our deliveries to Water Street. We do that once a month, and we're looking to do that twice a month. We also have decided, the board has committed a certain amount of funds this year that will go to supporting local farmers. Last year, we had a farm in the area donate 2 farm shares or CSAs. This year, our board is committed to expanding that, where we'll have about 20 to 25 farm shares available for our clients, where they can go right to the farmer's market to pick up the fresh produce every week. So we're really committed to that. And the other area of expansion, the immediate area of expansion this summer, is to expand what we do for children in our communities. Last year, we supported 5 scholarships for the summer camps that the Parks and Recreation Department does. What we'd like to do, we're going to continue to do that and support 5 more families or children in that, and we're expanding to the other towns in the SAU so that we'll be able to send kids in those communities to camp as well with our scholarship. So I just wanted to thank you all again for your time and your commitment to our cause. And again, thank you very much.
All cash collected in today's service, as well as any checks that are not otherwise designated for your pledge or the endowment or something else, will go to support St. Vincent de Paul. If you also pay attention to your order of service, there's a QR code on the back, and if you have the online version, there's a link where it says enabling our mission, and that's if you would like to donate that way. If you don't have cash or check, that is a way you can do that. Today's offering will be gratefully received. Does anyone else often find themselves struggling with focus, with completing a task without stopping to do something else, without looking at their phone? This isn't even my phone. And possibly falling down a rabbit hole of email or social media or news. You're sitting here trying to pay attention to the sermon, and you're like, why is there a balloon? And like, I can't see Reverend Ariel. There's a balloon in the way. And what's with all the orange things at the ends of the pews and the murals on the, what's going on? So much to capture your attention. Just last week, I went downstairs to do something, and with about 5 minutes before a meeting, and I passed the mailboxes, and I decided I had the most important thing for me to do right then was to print a new label for one of the mailboxes. Our brains are designed to multitask on some level. if not at the level we try to find ourselves trying to these days, inundated as we are by a surplus of information and stimulation coming from us on all sides. We all have different levels of need for sensory stimulation based on both our unique nervous systems and how much stimulation we experience in our daily lives. A few years ago, I visited New York City while I was living on a dirt road in rural Canterbury. And the contrast made me realize I was chronically understimulated in my daily life. The rush of the city's energy was an invigorating reprieve from the quiet of my life. But I also imagined that if I tried to work in the excited urban environment, it would be quite a challenge. Too much noise, too much choice. I find that having the right amount of stimulation helps me focus. As a student, that might look like knitting during who's knitting here today? Yeah, a long lecture, or also using my hands to take really good notes. By engaging more of my senses, especially the active participation of my body, I was less likely to get distracted, to seek another form of stimulation that would take my mind away from what I was trying to focus on. There are valuable strengths to being able to take in input from differing senses, to be able to change our focus in response to things in front of us. And we live in a world of technology that manipulates and overwhelms our human brains, that sometimes takes away our choice and agency around our attention. Whether it is Netflix auto-playing the next episode, or the infinite scroll of social media, or even the overwhelming possibility offered by the World Wide Web. Technology and media are designed to lure us in, to get and keep our attention. To hell with whatever else we might be trying to do. I started writing this sermon at Crack Skull's coffee shop in Newmarket, where they had changed the Wi-Fi password, which meant my computer didn't automatically log in. I still had my phone, and I could have gotten the new password, but I opted not to. Appreciating the opportunity to focus that not being on the Wi-Fi allowed me. I could still look things up, but at the very least, I wouldn't be distracted by my other work emails as I tried to organize my sermon thoughts. It was really nice. We live in an age of increasing distraction. Last week, I quoted writer Adrienne Marie Brown talking about gifting her attention, which involved setting boundaries around not seeking out the news, gossip, or negativity, so she can focus on those things she wants to see grow in the world: resilience, brilliance, community, love. I think about the things that capture our attention these days and the nefarious impact of that. And when I do, I'm reminded of a quote I heard years ago about the difference between George Orwell and Aldous Huxley's dystopian visions. I tracked this quote down to the work of sociologist Neil Postman, who wrote, "Amusing Ourselves to Death, Public Discourse in the Age of Show Business." In his 1985 book, Postman warns, "In the Huxleyan prophecy, Big Brother does not watch us by his choice. We watch him by ours. There is no need for wardens or gates or ministries of truth. When a population becomes distracted by trivia, when cultural life is redefined as a perpetual round of entertainments, when serious public conversation becomes a form of baby talk, when, in short, a people become an audience and the public business a vaudeville act, then a nation finds itself at risk. A culture death is a clear possibility. Our president is an unhinged reality TV star. As Universalist showman P.T. Barnum once said, there's no such thing as bad publicity. The American media and consciousness gave Donald Trump a lot of free attention before his first election and during Joe Biden's presidency. And I attribute some of his political success to that. As we talked about last week, what you pay attention to grows, even, maybe especially, if that is negative attention. In our current world, we do not lack for information. There is news, and there is fake news. There is war, and there are arguments about war, and there is no logical justification for that war. In the foreword to his book, Postman writes, Orwell feared those who would deprive us of information. Huxley feared those who would give us so much we would be reduced to passivity and egoism. Orwell feared that the truth would be concealed from us. Huxley feared that the truth would be drowned in a sea of irrelevance. Orwell feared we would become a captive culture. Huxley feared we would become a trivial culture, preoccupied with some equivalent of the feelies, the orgy-porgy, and the centrifugal bumble puppy. Read the book. As Huxley remarked in Brave New World Revisited, the civil libertarians and rationalists who are ever on the alert to oppose tyranny failed to take into account man's almost infinite appetite for distractions. With all this in mind, I decided to attempt a rewrite of Wendell Berry's poem, The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and open up Instagram, where I see devastating images of violence, ruin, and hate. I come into the chaos of human destruction, manipulated by an algorithm that just wants my attention. I come into the presence of flashy screens, and I feel above me the hopelessness of problems I can't fix. For a time, I surrender to the algorithm and am captive. It's both true and hyperbolic. The reality is that social media is not all bad, despite the negative addictive impacts of it. The fact that it's not all bad is how it can be so addictive. Sometimes it is a tool to help us experience real connection. Sometimes it exposes us to brilliant and beautiful things that inspire or comfort or encourage. But the structure of this profit-driven technology is designed to claim our attention and exposes us to more noise, not just bad news, than we can really handle. There can be something relaxing in surrendering to the algorithm. When it chooses what we see, we can take a break from the cognitive overload we might experience in trying to make choices to manage all the data constantly coming at us, even as we continue to be overwhelmed. There's an idea in marketing and memorization that people need to see something 5 to 7 times before they remember it. This can be used as justification to send 5 emails or announce something 7 times, but Trying to memorize and trying to get people's attention are actually different things. And what happens when everyone is sending more emails, posting more ads, making more announcements? The more total emails I get from an organization I subscribe to, the fewer emails I will actually read, which means they need to send me even more emails for me to actually read one. And then even if I read it and like what they have to say, I resent how much they're cluttering my inbox. It's a vicious cycle in the war for our attention. So what can we do about all this? In an economy that literally capitalizes on our infinite appetite for distractions, often to our overall detriment, how can we find a locus of control, a place to exert agency, a way to have more choice over our attention? I could suggest that you figure out how to have better discipline, or meditate more, or to delete all your social media apps, and that might work for you. But the problem is structural. So asking for individuals to take all the responsibility for resisting upon themselves isn't enough. And abstinence is not as powerful a tool as acknowledging other choices. So what I'm going to offer you in the next few minutes is some structured time to reflect. To reflect on the choices that you might make to support the amount of noise and stimulation that you need and want in your life. When you need a distraction, is there something you might do other than pick up your phone? Is there a craft you'd rather do with your hands? Are there guardrails you would like to put in place around the things that pull at your attention in ways that you don't like? As we sit in silence for a few minutes, take some time to reflect on how you might exert more agency over your own attention. I invite you to wrap up your thoughts. I hope these structured minutes of focused reflection have been a gift to you. I encourage you to chat with others at coffee hour about your reflections. Part of the role of a spiritual community is to help provide us with the structures of support to resist, to find agency, to create a meaningful alternative to the status quo, something we can only do together. May it be so. Now please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn 326, Let All the Beauty We Have Known. Our chalice extinguishing words are by Reverend Michelle Collins. The flame goes out. 1,000 things now wait for your attention. Choose carefully what receives your gaze, your time, your wonder. For what we tend to is what we become. Join me in our unison benediction. Go in peace, speak the truth, give thanks each day. Respect the earth and all creatures, for they are alive like you. Care for your body, it is a wondrous gift. Be gentle with yourself. Live simply, be of service. Be guided by your faith and not your fear. Go lightly on your way. Move in a sacred manner.